Hello there everyone and welcome along to episode number 51 today of our F1 2019 career mode with Team Renault, and it is the French Grand Prix here for season number 3, home Grand Prix. Let's get off and underway, folks, as we always do. Check everything out. We did get a gearbox durability, nothing special there, sorry. There's our contract. We get a new one at the end of this event. Yay! So let's check everything out and see how we're doing here. So there's the durability upgrade we got. We'll buy the other one during this weekend so that we don't have to do a thing after this race. Yay! We don't have to do a thing. So we're not the best engine yet. McLaren have the best engine. But we will have an Austria. Excuse me. Austria will be our reckoning. We're still by far and away the best aero on the grid, and we're still the second best chassis on the grid, behind them pesky Americans. Ooh, the pesky American. So let's have a look how everyone's done it. So Hassan brought looks like a ultimate upgrade, or perhaps a couple of majors. McLaren have upgraded, so have Williams. I think everyone below them has as well. It looks very, very tight and compact in that area. So I think we're the only team that's not upgraded, which might have nothing for us to upgrade. Let's have a look at the championship, shall we? And with 180 points, we are by far and away top of the championship, followed by Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Roman Grosjean in 4th, then Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, Alexander Albon, Seb Vettel, Lucas Weber, and big time Devon Butler, your top 10 in points. And in the constructors, Renault, we're leading, followed by Haas, McLaren, Williams, Mercedes, Ferrari Racing Point, Red Bull, Toro Rosso, and Alfa Romeo. Still 5 drivers yet to score then. The man Gasly, followed by Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Stroll, and Danny Kvyat. Unlucky, lads, unlucky. So, that being said, we are going to go get practiced, and then we are going to get qualified for our home Grand Prix. And then we will see you afterwards for the running of the French Grand Prix. Right after this commercial interview.
Welcome to the Circuit Paul Ricard, current home of the French Grand Prix, an event dating all the way back to 1906. It's been held at many venues over the years, with famous moments from Dijon and Manicourt the feature of many a highlights reel. And let's hope we see more of those in the race today. The Circuit Paul Ricard then, a 3.6 mile track, 25 miles east of Marseille. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, with the main overtaking chance expected going into turn 8. Top speeds today should be around 205 miles per hour. Anthony Davidson is here once again for today's Grand Prix. Let's talk about Paul. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position. A very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Grosjean, Bottas, Paul, and Vettel, Albon, Butler, Gasly, and Daniel Ricciardo, Verstappen, Kvyat, Sergio Perez, and Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Hülkenberg, Lucas Weber, and Lewis Hamilton, Magnussen, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
This is our engine supplier's home Grand Prix. Let's give them a race worth watching.
Well, that was going to be the plan if we had got pole position, but we qualified P5, our worst qualifying of the year. Whoops. And yeah, we it wasn't very good. The rain. I thought it would be better, but obviously wasn't. So we'll take 5th, and because of that, we'll take an alternate strategy here as well. We'll go from the medium tyre, start of the mediums, and then go onto the soft tyre at the end. Hopefully, though, that rain will come in and have a word with us before then. I hope so. That's kind of what we're clinging on to at the moment, because I don't see that as the only way we win. But here's a look at our setup as well. We bunged on a setup, and I thought it worked pretty well, but obviously they felt otherwise. So yeah, from 5th on the grid, can we still win the home Grand Prix for Renault? Can we still win the French Grand Prix? So you want to wait to find out. So here we go then, folks, for the running of the French Grand Prix from, well, we're back there in some rail space 5, red lights are out, it's lights out, and away we go! And yeah, it was an atrocious start, as you always get with this car, because it was pretty atrocious. We passed by everyone under the sun as we head side by side. One of the Williamses run very wide in turn 2, and down to turn number 3. Who's leading? It's one of the Hasses that are leading. I think Grosjean's got an epic start. Great work from Grosjean as we fling it down the inside of turn 4. Excuse me, coming through, excuse me. If you don't mind me saying so, thank you very much. Goodbye. And through the inside of that McLaren, I don't know which one that was. I think that might have been Hamilton, or was it Bottas? We usually have a fight with Bottas around this circuit. I think it was Bottas, if we're being completely honest. But up at the front, it's Charles Leclerc leading from Romain Grosjean, then Carlos Sainz, the top 3. But here we go down to the absolutely daunting. We've pulled out on no, that's actually there's Grosjean leading. What the hell's Grosjean doing in the lead? Grosjean has taken the lead from Leclerc. We think I think that's Carlos Sainz there in. I think that's Carlos Sainz here. Oh, look at the Hasses. They're having a good old ding dong here in front of us. They're holding. Yes, it is Carlos Sainz in 3rd. In front of us with Charles Leclerc 2nd. Romain Grosjean has got the lead of this race. Can we make this work on the medium tyre? We'll have to wait. Oh, get very close to the back end of Sainz. God, get after him. That's what I'd say. Get after him as Grosjean sets the fastest lap of the race. Good boy. But unfortunately, he's gone. Oh, a little bit naughty there between Sainz and Leclerc. That might give us a little bit of a look down into turn 3. Thinking more likely to be probably turn 4 that we have a look there. There goes Grosjean, there's Leclerc, Sainz, myself, Bottas right behind him. Yep, we've dived it at the inside of turn 5. Get in there. Good move. Love your work, son. Love your work. That was an absolutely cracking move on the Spaniard. And then we're giving after Charles Leclerc. See if we can get Renault 1-2. But Sainz is not going to let this go, is he? He's really not going to let this go. We get right close. Big dive bomb on the Monegasque driver. That was a massive dive bomb, folks. But we've got him. We've got him. I think Bottas is side by side with Carlos Sainz heading down to the next corner. Let's see if that happens. There's Bottas trying to give chase to Sainz. That Renault in the back of the McLaren is giving him some oomph. It's giving him some va-va-voom. And he's just va-va-voomed his way almost past Sainz for P4. Excuse me, keep an eye on them. Williams is right behind him. They could get very interested very quickly as we fling it. See Bottas fling it through the fast left, right even, and that's still into the double right. Oh, he's got him in. Got out of turn 11. Great move from the Finn. As we go to, who is this? That is, oh, that's the man Gasly. Oh, seems like the Red Bulls have brought some new toys this weekend. The man Gasly at his home Grand Prix up the inside of big time Devon Butler, and that is P8 for the Frenchman. I love your work, son. I love your work. As who is this? We got Danny Kvyat trying to pass Kimi Räikkönen free wide down the Minstrel straight with Sergio Perez getting involved. Oh! I think some contact there at the back. I don't know who that was driving to the back of Perez, but we still got Raikkonen and Kvyat side by side here. I think that's the two Mercedes back there. Oh my lord, is that Hamilton as well? That might be Lewis Hamilton back there. It's it pretty wide as we go check it out. What happened here? So Lucas Weber is the car chasing after Perez here. I think he didn't get into Baku, so that's alright. But there goes Kevin Magnussen. And now watch Hamilton. Watch Hamilton. Free wide. Oh, then almost free wide, but not quite. And Magnussen thought better of it. But he's lost out to Lewis Hamilton. Great action there at the back of the field. Love to see stuff like that as we go to big time Devon Butler giving he's got his teammate on his rear wing. Oh, if big time's got a problem, that would not surprise me, and it would actually be quite hilarious. Well, I think it'd be quite hilarious. Don't know whether Devon would agree, but again, it is on big time Devon Butler, so no one really cares. And it, oh, big lock-up from Butler. I think Verstappen has got through. So, yeah, good. As we go, who is that? He's Sergio Perez with Danny Kvyat. And Perez going to try him on the outside of turn 1. That might work, it might not work. Oh, I tell you what's going to continue down to turn 3. Go on, the Russian. Hold him off. The mad Russian, hold him. Oh, big lock-up from Perez, and he's managed to take it from him. I don't know how he's managed it, but let's just say he managed it and go from there. But speaking of managing it, we're having to try and break the toe of Leclerc, because Leclerc is all over our rear wing. He's dancing all over it. We managed to keep P2. We pinch him into the apex of the mid-straddle chicane, and that will be that job done very nicely. And speaking of job, Devon Butler's about to be passed by Antonio Giovinazzi for P11. Oh, how does it feel to be embarrassed by an Italian in an Italian car? Oh, that was a great move there by Giovinazzi. As we go now to Danny Kvyat. He's got Kevin Magnussen all over his rear wing. Sorry, that's Lucas Faber all over his rear wing. And here comes Lewis Hamilton free wide down the mid-straddle, straight into the mid-straddle chicane. Oh, they almost were free wide into the chicane. Well, but Faber has got Kvyat. Fantastic move. And I think Hamilton's going to come through on the Toro Rosso Honda. Well, he should come through on the Toro Rosso Honda. Whether he does come through on the Toro Rosso Honda, we'll have to wait and see. But that is what we're saying, and we'll stick to that. And speaking of passes, here comes Kimi Räikkönen passing big time Devon Butler. And he's got him. That is P12 for the Finn. Give the Iceman some extra motivation. As we go, who's that? Uh-oh. I think that might be a Toro Rosso that might be a little bit broken. I don't want to say it is, but it looks like it, doesn't it? I think that was Hollywood Lance Stroll retiring from the race. As Ricciardo has got Verstappen for company for P9 as we start. We're on lap number 3 now, and Verstappen's going to try around the outside. The Dutchman is on fire. I don't know what he's put in that car today, but let's go with something and go from there. As well, I'd say something. As Hamilton tries to pass Sergio Perez. Who's Sergio Perez? Who is Sergio Perez? I think his name is Perez last time I checked. And that is P13 booking in, locking in. I saw a move happening in front. What happened here? Was it Räikkönen and Giovinazzi? Yes, it was. The Alphas are arguing with each other. Ah, big lock-up from Antonio Giovinazzi, and Räikkönen's around the outside. Great move. I appreciate that move right there. And speaking of move appreciations, Kevin Magnussen's finally going to get past Danny Kvyat, but it's only for P17. The Mercedes both had a torrid time. I don't know if they need to have a timeout or what, but they need to get their act together and need to get their act together pretty darn quickly. As they're still side by side, it should be my man Magnussen getting that position, and indeed he does. As we go down the Minstrel straight, here's Danny Ricciardo. He's still fended off Max Verstappen, the old Red Bull teammates, side by side down the Minstrel straight into the Minstrel chicane. Wide arc taken by Ricciardo, and he's kept P9 for now. But Devon Butler's got feelings won't keep Lewis Hamilton behind him. He's going to nyom him down the Minstrel straight, and that is easy as you like. Thank you very much, says Hamilton. P12 I shall take. As Butler loses that to Perez as well. Did you see Perez Perez ever the opportunist. And I don't think the pain is over for Butler because I've got a feeling Kevin Magson's coming. No, sorry, that's Justin Lucas Weber. I keep forgetting that that's his name now. I really do. As we see the Alphas still fighting. Here goes Giovinazzi. He wants that position back off Raikkonen. Excuse me, you can have it back, thank you. I don't mind that you borrowed it for a little bit, but it was my position in the first place. But we'll go forward now onto lap number 4. No, sorry, we're on lap... Actually, what lap are we on? Actually, we are on lap number 4. I do apologise because that's Lewis Hamilton trying to pass Kimi Raikkonen for P12. Trying around the outside, go up the inside of turn 2. They're going to be side by side down to turn number 3. And that is going to be a job done because that Alpha's not got much against the might of that Mercedes. Sorry, that Renault in the Mercedes. That's a couple of seasons away, McLaren Mercedes again. And speaking of Mercedes, there goes Devon Butler down another place. He's now down to P. I think that's 13, isn't it? No, it's not. It's P15. Sorry, that was Weber that passed to him. Magnussen got him as well. As who is that? We're seeing a lot of fights down at the back end. Was everyone trying to get in the pass of the race video or something? Because Hamilton passing Giovinazzi for P11. Hamilton is coming through the field at a rate of knots, and someone going back through the field at a rate of knots is big time Devon Butler, because he's now P18 because Kimi has passed him for P17. Yeah, the two Mercedes passed him, and then now Hulkenberg's passed big time Devon Butler as well. I think it's easy to know where Butler is. Last. Do you remember me? Hi, we're up at the front of the field here. We've still got Charles Leclerc all over our rear wing. I have absolutely no idea why, but he wants to hold it, and that's still in P2. And I think Bottas is going to have a look at Leclerc now as well, down the inside of turn 3. Oh, Leclerc cuts him off, and cuts him off very rudely as well, if you ask me. Now the fight continues between the two Alphas, except it's not for P11 now, it's for P12. I have absolutely zero idea why that might be. But, oh, that's because Hamilton passed him, didn't he? And there they go, still fighting each other to the death. That's what we like to see, to the death. As, is that Nico Hulkenberg? Yes, it is Nico Hulkenberg. He's piling up Danny Kvyat for P17. Devon Butler is still in close attendance. I wonder if big time Devon Butler is, there he is, he's coming back at the Mad Russian. Oh, that's a big lock up there, Danny. And you're back to last place. Look at this train though. You've got, there's Grosjean. Oh, sorry, that's me, sorry. And there's Leclerc, Bottas, side by side. Oh, that was easy. Bottas into P3, but locks it up. And he just holds on for the moment to P3 ahead of the Monegasque driver. We go to, that is Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen still fighting over P9. A great move by the Dutchman to pass the Aussie in the Red Bull, as we go to Antonio Giovinazzi trying to pass Kim. No, so it's Raikkonen passing Giovinazzi, and I think Perez is coming as well. The Perez, oh, Perez had to get right back on the curb to avoid a nasty crash there. And believe me, it would have been very, very nasty if that had happened. As big time Devon Butler gets past Nico Hulkenberg for P17. And that is job done. Greatest of ease, no fuss. There's Grosjean. There's ourselves. We're giving chase to Grosjean as Leclerc starts to give chase to Bottas. He wants P3 back, and Bottas isn't going to let the Haas driver past. Bottas, who was booted out of Haas to go to McLaren, and Sainz brought in. It's like the Haasses have all ganged up on Bottas, and Bottas isn't taking it from anybody. The Finn is on a mission, and the Finn wants some redemption. In fact, I think the Pin? He's a Finn, not a pin. He's taken a right turn there to go to the pits, as has Roman Grosjean. Where will Grosjean come out in all of this chaos and confusion, folks? He's pitting early to get off the softs onto the mediums. That's the tyre of his choosing. There he goes into our garage of 18 men holding rubber. One of them McLaren's, I think that's Bottas actually. One of the Williams is in at the back as well. Where does Grosjean fit in all of this stuff, shall we say? He fits somewhere. That's in front of one of the Alphas his way fits. So he's come out into clean air. Where do we come out though? We're now having to really pump in some lap times now. We've got Leclerc behind us with Alex Albon to Vettel that is in the pits. Leclerc and Albon might be getting ready to have a bit of a scrap here on lap number 7 as we fling it into the Mistral chicane for the 7th time. Meanwhile, back down the field, it looks like Lewis Hamilton has decided he wants to get past Danny Ricciardo. That is going to be for P5 on the track. I say P5 very unconvincingly at the same time. As we go to Antonio Giovinazzi being passed by Kevin Magnussen with the greatest of ease, folks. I do mean the greatest of ease. That's P8 for K-Mag. Grosjean's in front of him, P7. So we got to come out somewhere near Roman Grosjean here as we go back through the field. That is that Nico? I think that might be Nico Hulkenberg. Yes, it is Nico Hulkenberg. He's got Kvyat and Bottas all over his rear wing. That could have ended in disaster. And I mean it could have ended in disaster. Speaking of cars all over the rear wing, looks like Perez has got Lucas Weber all over his rear wing. That is the fight for P17. Weber's not really made any gains at all, but he's easily round the outside and give him P17 ahead of the Mexican. Excuse me, we're having to take a swig of Pepsi there as Bottas is lining up Danny Kvyat. And that is going to be for P12 on the track. He should get this with the greatest of ease. That Renault has got some oomph to it over the Honda in that Toro Rosso. And he has got P that position. Thank you very much kindly. Now we'll fast forward onto the next lap. This is lap number 8 now that Bottas and Perez are starting. And yeah, that was that was about as easy as you could get, folks. You couldn't get any easier here as we go to Carlos Sainz. He's at the back of this train. He's also about to pass Danny Kvyat as we'll see someone in the pits there. It looked like one of the Red Bulls. And I think Sainz should get this position. The Russian should give it up. Hopefully the Russian will give it up. It's P8 for him at the moment. I don't think he's going to give it up too much, but he does. P8 is all his as we go back onto the mid-trail straight. Carlos Sainz giving chase to Nico Hulkenberg. That's P7, folks. And that's going to be job done. I fancy that should be job done. Yeah, you go. Carlos Sainz round the outside of the mid-trail chicane. P7 belongs to him. As this is a fight for P9. Sebastian Vettel easily passing the Russian Danny Kvyat in the Toro Rosso, and sees the faster cars are coming through the field, and they're coming through the field at a rate of knots. Look at this gaggle here. That's the ultimate definition of a shit gaggle right there. As Kimi Räikkönen gets passed by Kevin Magnussen for P14, is about to be passed by another car for P15. Who is that? That's Alex Albon, dude. No, it's not. It's Justin Weber. It's Lucas Weber, sorry. And that's job done. As we go to the fight for P17 here. This is Giovinazzi being passed by Nico Hulkenberg. Giovinazzi, what a race he was having, and all of a sudden he's found himself where he belongs. Although, to be fair, I don't think Hulkenberg has pitted yet, so it might be still good for the Italian. You would hope it's still good for the Italian. Unless he's about to be passed by big-time Devon Butler. I hope he's not about to be passed by big-time Devon Butler, because he deserves a hell of a lot more than that. And I mean every word of that. And he has been passed by big-time Devon Butler. Boo! That's what we do to him as we finally decide now is the time to pit off these medium tyres and come on to the soft tyres. So now we've gone from the slower tyre to the faster tyre. Hopefully that will give us some kind of advantage over Roman. You'd like to think it'll give us some sort of advantage over Roman. Whether it actually does or not remains to be seen as we leave our garage of 18 men holding rubber. I think one of the McLarens is coming in at the same time. That must be Hamilton. he hasn't pitted yet. Who is that? That's Grosjean, I think. Yeah, there's Grosjean. So Grosjean resumes the lead. And we've got a massive overcut on Charles Leclerc. So that's job done right there as Bottas. I'll tell you who the big winner out of all this was. That's Williams. I believe that is Alex Albon. He's the big winner here as Bottas and Sainz fight over P5. And that's going to continue down to turn number 3. Go on, get yourself some. It should be Carlos's corner. But if he stays right there, Bottas should get DRS down to the Mistral chicane. As we go to the fight for P14 between the two Mercedes of Justin Lucas Faber and Kevin Magnussen, and Kevin's got him. Greatest of ease, easily like into turn 1. Thank you very much. You know I told you that Bottas should stay right there? Well, in the ever-emerging fight for P5, he's going to stay right there, folks. Right there. And that's all side by side into the chicane. That's a bit rude and a bit naughty. I think Sainz might just keep hold of that for the moment. But speaking of for the moment, I would say get the cameras out, folks, because we're about to put a move on Romain Grosjean. We have just been electric on these soft tyres. Oh, dear me. Here comes the winning move, folks. Round it into the first corner. Oh, he's held on very nicely. But he's going to have to relent, and that is... Oh, something flew off there. What was that? That must have been something, corner bar or something. I don't know what exactly it was. But that is P1 for us, and we're ahead of our teammate as we go to Carlos Sainz and Bottas. Still fighting over P5. They want to be careful. They've got a Williams right behind them. They might get interested. As we run very wide onto the Mistral straight. Grosjean's back there somewhere. Not exactly sure where, but he's there somewhere as we set fast his first sector, clunk it through the first curve of the Mistral chicane, and now round down to the next one. I think this is going to be turn 10. I want to say turn 10, it's a green middle sector. The place where our fast lap should come is going to be in that last sector. As we go to the fight for P12 between the two Mercedes of Kevin Magnussen and Lucas Justin Weber. And it's going to be side by side into the... Oh, big lock-up. Big lock-up. And thank you very much, says Weber. I'll keep that position for now. Let's see if we do set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix into the final corner, turn 15. Down to the main straight, it should be. Grosjean's got it at the moment, but I think it's coming to the Renault team like that. Oh, that was a fast lap at 1:30.9. That's pretty darn quick, folks. I'm not gonna lie. And the good news is Grosjean is sticking with us as well. He's not being flustered. I think we're finally seeing Romain Grosjean come to the front, and you love to see stuff like that, folks. I mean, you do. Through turn 7 onto the Mistral straight we go. As we go back through the field here. This is... Who is that? That is Sergio Perez. He's got one of the Ferraris behind him. That's big time Devon Butler for P15. Butler has had an atrocious race. Let's be completely and utterly honest with that, folks. I don't know how more honest you need us to be. But they're still side by side through turn 3 and into turn 4. I think Butler's going to have this corner. Butler should have this corner, and he does have this corner. Get in there. P15 for big time Devon Butler, which may continue down the Mistral straight between the pair of them. And if it does, Perez is going to really give it to him. Good! Look at that Mercedes grunt over the Ferrari. And where he was P15, he's now back into P15. Good job, Sergio. Love your work. As we go to the fight for P18 between Nico Hulkenberg and Danny Kvyat. And Kvyat's going to go the outside of the Mistral chicane into the corner. They go side by side, both on the hard tyres. Find that... that's one thing I really don't understand. Why are they on the hard tyre? I have no godly clue and no godly idea. But they need to... that's something I want to see fixed. Because they both started on the mediums. So why did they go to the hard when there's no need to go to the hard? You know? Are the AI really that stupid? Are the AI really that dumb? Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. But this is a good fight between the German and the Russian. Not the first time a German and the Russian have fought each other. I'm pretty sure they've done that many times. I think the Russians got him. Yes, he does. He'll keep the position for now. I say for now. It may not last very much longer. As we go to the fight for P8. Lewis Hamilton's come through the field very nicely. He's on the hard tyre as well. He's going to pass the man Gasly into turn 1 with the greatest of ease. And that, pinched him into the apex as well. Good move from Hamilton. He's into P8. I think that might be as far as he's going, though, if we're being completely honest with each other. As we go to the fight for P13, Kimi Raikkonen is chasing after Kevin Magnussen. That might be done into turn 1. There goes Weber. And yes, into turn 1, he gets in P13 for the Iceman, Kimi Raikkonen. Now, I told you one of the Williamses was there. It's Alexander Albon, the big winner in all of this. I wanted to pass Leclerc. Go on, Alex! The Thai driver is having a stellar race. He's gone around the outside. That is what you call an amazing move if he finishes it off. I don't know if he will, though. They're still side by side, continuing down the mid-straw straight. Look at the power of that Haas engine. Really, he's pinched him into the apex. Oh, unlucky there, my man Alexander. As we go to the fight for P5 between Bottas and Sainz. They're still fighting with Sebastian Vettel in close attendance. I don't know how much more closer you want him to get, but he's gets any closer. He's going to be interested as well. I think there might be 3 wide here down to the corner. Oh, Vettel went to the... Bottas forces Vettel off the track. That was rude, crude, and very, very naughty at the same time. As Kimi Raikkonen is about to be passed by Kevin Magnussen for P13. That's what you call an easy move. I.e., it's easily done. And now the fight for P18 between... who's that? That's Kvyat and Hulkenberg. They're going to be side by side through the Minstrel chicane, and that's not going to be as easy as it looks like it should be, but it may be easier than you actually thought. Well, I thought it would be a lot easier, but it looks like Kvyat's going to pull Hulkenberg. Don't ask me how he's going to pull Hulkenberg, but he just has. They're still side by side. God almighty! Is this a fight for P18? The last place on the grid, and they're giving everyone a cracking fight. Absolutely cracking fight, and he's got him, the Russian. Oh dear. Excuse me. Do you remember us? We're on the last lap here. Carlos Sainz and Bottas are also on the last lap here. This is a fight for P5. And I imagine that he's going to have another go. Here's the ice cool Finn. And yes, he is. He's gonna no, Carlos Sainz is pulling. That Haas has got some amazing engine power. Don't ask me how, but it really has got some oomph to it. As we go to the fight for P11 between Justin Lucas Faber and Danny Ricciardo, and that's going to be a job done down into the another lockup from Weber. He's having a history of lockups today. Don't ask me what's going on, but it just is. As Kevin Magnussen's got P13, Raikkonen wants it back. It's going to be worth no points, but that Alpha's come on this race. He's going around the outside. He's trying to go around the outside. Not going to have much success, but you want to watch that Mexican right behind him, Nico Hulkenberg, and yes, there you go. He's got the position as you like it. But yeah, you know what we're going to say now, don't you, folks? Home race. Vive la France! Vive la Renault! Victory! It's 7 in a row. No, 8 in a row, sorry. And our first victory in France. Get in there, my son. Get in.
It was a magnificent race and a drive right out of the top draw to take the win for Renault. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
As we can see, it's time for the podium, and I can see the Renault team underneath our commentary box going crazy as their drivers walk out. It was a great win, and it means a great deal to this team. So let's review the updated driver standings. Paul increases their championship lead. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Well, for me, it's got to be Lewis Hamilton. The multiple world champion may be the boring choice at this point, but you can't argue that he's a driver deserving of his reputation.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Renault's lead continues to grow at the head of the table. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Indeed we will, Crofty. We will see you for the next one. Look at that, folks. It's a Renault 1-2 with ourselves and the fastest lap bringing home Romain Grosjean. You love to see it around our home circuit. We have brought the glory back to Renault, folks. We are bringing the glory back to Renault. Yes, indeed. Charles Leclerc finished P3. Alex Albon, great race, P4. Carlos Sainz, Valtteri Bottas, Sebastian Vettel, Lewis Hamilton, great race and driver of the day from P18 on the grid. And then look at this, the Red Bulls have scored points again. The man Gasly and Max Verstappen rounded out your top 10 in the points. And I believe there was just one DNF in that race, just the one. And I do believe it was Hollywood Lance Stroll with that unfortunate and distinct honour. Yes, it was. When he just decided, you know what, I've had enough. I've had enough for today. But in the meantime, I think you know what it's time to do. Let's go and see the Scottish Minx and see if she's got any pressing questions for us.
Let's have your thoughts.
You can have any thought you like, Claire.
Did you struggle to get through all that traffic?
Really didn't. I thought the engine was really up to the task today. Never have I been more happier than that. But, you know, he had grip as well.
Some excellent overtaking moves from your former team.
Not quite sure who you're on about here. I think you're probably on about Lucas. Let's go with a sportsmanship answer here.
That was a close finish.
I love Roman, man. He's my brother. This competition's really pushing us both. Really pushing us.
Appreciate your time.
And appreciate yours as well. I think that went rather well, don't you? Oh, yes. You love to see it, folks. You love to see it. I certainly love to see it anyway. Hey, we get to negotiate a brand new contract for us today as well, don't we? It's time for the celebratory drink of Pepsi. You love to see it. You love to see it. Yeah, give me that sportsmanship upgrade, motherfucker.
Just wanted to say congrats on the podium. It's thoroughly deserved. We were sweating those last few laps on the pit wall, but you brought it home.
Ah, fantastic. Right, let's get this new contract negotiated then. We don't really need much, do we? Because so they want me to finish third. No, I can finish. Sorry, sixth. I can finish third. I want the hard objectives. I want level 3. We don't really need the simultaneous development, but I definitely want level 3 pit stops. I want don't want the upgrade speed because we're getting our last upgrade at Austria. So I should think this will fall under the value completely. Let's propose. Look at that.
That proposal looks good. It seems all parties are happy with the deal, so it'll commence at the next race.
Successful negotiation. What more needs to be said? I don't think anything needs to be said, really. We're going to have everyone wanting to clamour to come to the best car next race. But you can see we did purchase that last durability upgrade on the gearbox. That should mean from here on in we don't have any retirements. If we do, it's all Roman's fault. Get his shite driving. Oh dear me. So there we go. That for Austria, but that ultimate power upgrade for Austria, that's going to come in clutch. That is going to come in absolute clutch. Right, we're going to swap everything back to the old stuff for practice. That's what I like to do. Keep the new engine fresh, so that when it comes in, boom, we've got them. But the worrying part for me is this MG UK. If we can keep that in the yellow and not worry about that before Germany, I think we can make everything up. But look at that, our first victory in France, man. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. And you know what else I love to see? I love to see that all the likes go on this video. So let's go for 10 of them, folks. We can do it together. We can pull this through. And you can subscribe for more as we look through all our trophies from the last 2 seasons. For more F1 2019, Snooker 19, WRC 7, NASCAR Heat 4. They're in the wrong order, but I don't particularly care because we just won the French Grand Prix. Hit the subscribe button, you get those, you get notified when live episodes go on. If you hit the notification bell, ding, and yeah, it's all well and good. So guys, thank you everyone who's watched the end here for watching. It does mean a lot and it helps me out so much that you do that. Until next time, we'll see you on the start grid for the next F1 2019 video. Take care.